Okay, now that we've talked about the course guidelines and what we're going to do for the course, let's talk about that 25% of the grade that I mentioned earlier that is your portfolio. Every student is going to be required to keep a digital portfolio of their work, and to emphasize the point, 25% of your grade. Okay, first of all, assignments. Assignments are also another 25% of your grade. So please do attempt all the assignments that we put in front of you. Now, the assignments themselves are graded on effort. Did you try? You may not get the right answer, but did you try? And that's how the assignment grades are going to be determined. Also, did you turn them in on time? That's going to be part of it. Once we have done the assignments, we will be reviewing the assignments. You will have a chance to make corrections. Nothing wrong at all with making mistakes. They can be very valuable, but it's the corrections, the understanding that we're ultimately looking for. And your portfolio is a way of showing your understanding. So in your portfolio, you are going to have completed assignments that are also going to be correct. So they're going to be completed and they're going to be correct, or they're not going to receive credit. So make sure that you are first attempting with the assignments to do the work, and then with the portfolio, you're showing that you're understanding the material as well. Okay, the digital portfolio is going to be a folder that you are going to create on your iPad where you are going to keep all of your assignments. The assignment names all have a number with them, and the numbers are sequential. Because of this, the files in the folder will show up nicely in order. So basically, by looking at your folder, you have a nice table of contents in the order that they were presented. That's pretty valuable for organization. And that's a big part of the portfolio, is we're looking for organizational skills. Okay, your material that you're putting in this folder could be lost. It could be lost along with your iPad, or you could delete it accidentally. However, for every assignment that you do, you are also required to back it up to eBackpack or the cloud or any other way that you can think of to back it up. Lost assignments due to iPad problems are not acceptable reasons to not have an assignment in your portfolio. If you are conscientiously saving your material as you go, you will always have a place to find it, and that's part of the organization as well. So to repeat, if you lose or your iPad breaks or you're missing anything for that reason, it's not an excuse. You must back up to the cloud, eBackpack, or some other form. If you are working on paper, you are still required to have a digital portfolio. The way you're going to do this is by taking pictures. I recommend DocScan. That's a very good program for doing that. And you are going to take pictures of it and make a digital file for your paperwork. If you choose to work on paper, that's okay. When you make a digital copy, make sure that every page is included in the assignment. Also, the naming is important there too. If you download digitally, the name will already be correct for you. If you are creating a paper copy that you're turning into digital, the digital copy will also have to have that same name, including that number. This way your digital portfolio will also be in sequence and have a nice table of contents listed for you there. Every student will at some point or another be doing this paper to digital transition. That'll happen for tests and quizzes for everybody since they are done on paper. This process will be something that we'll go over in class and everybody should be very comfortable with. The portfolio checks are not going to be announced. You are expected to have your portfolios up to date completely. So when the checks come in, you need to present it on that day. If you are not prepared that day and you've lost your iPad or something else, you may turn it in during our next class meeting, but there'll be a 50% deduction in the score. So please make sure that you are prepared every day with the material for the class. Very important, that part of it. Okay, for the grading, every portfolio entry is going to be worth 5 points. This must be, again, to stress here, completed and completed correctly to get any points at all. If it's not completed or not completed correctly, there'll be no points for the portfolio entry. The portfolio, after all, is for organization and also showing that you now have understanding of the material. So completed and completed correctly. I guess I said that a few times over. It's pretty important. If you have portfolio entries that are in there but are not named correctly, there'll be a 2-point deduction for every one that is not named correctly. That's about it for the portfolio. Please keep an up-to-date portfolio, keep it well organized, name correctly, remember to back up what you're doing, and 25% of your grade is already taken care of. Chances are, if you have a good portfolio, you're also doing a good job on the assignments, which means that 50% of the grade is already taken care of. Please keep up with your portfolio and with your assignments. Next, I'm going to give you a tour of the web page, and we'll call it a day for this video assignment. All right, so this is the last stop for today, and this is a little bit of a preview of our web page. This is actually from 2015-2016, but it'll give you a very good idea. All the material that you need for the class is under the units of study. This is where, if you are doing paper copies, you will go to print things out ahead of time. For example, one-dimensional motion. If I click on it, I get all the material here for the class. I will also have the solutions and all the presentations that we're doing. The physics course guidelines that you've been looking at here can also be linked to, as well as the portfolio guidelines that we talked about. So paper copies of those are available. In addition, every class meeting is broken down. Here are A-Day class meetings. So here was our meeting on June 14th or May 12th. So any one of these dates that I click on will tell you what was going on. Here they took a test. If I go back to April 28th, we worked on taking notes, and we then did some practice, so you can see what's going on in every single class meeting. Also, on the web page here, you are going to find the portfolio checklist. So at any time you can click on that and you can see what's required in your portfolio. As I mentioned, the after-school makeup sessions are listed over here, and I'm putting the arrow around it here. So that's where you can find out where the makeups are, or else also where the extra help is going to be. That's our school web page, or our class web page, I should say. You'll be spending a lot of time there. I hope, anyway. Well, that's about it for the tour. I think you know everything you need to know to get started and to get you off to a good start on a great school year. Thanks for watching.